was 1976, and something walked out of the jungle, and not from the shadows, but from the blind spots of science itself. They called him Oliver. But in hushed laboratories and whispers not meant for the public, he had another name. The Humanzee. Was Oliver just a strange accident of nature? Or was he something else entirely? An experiment, a prototype, a secret too unsettling to admit. Tonight we tear apart the official story and uncover the haunting mystery of Oliver, the ape who was just too human. Oliver's story begins officially in 1960. Animal trainers Frank and Janet Berger claimed they bought him as an infant from somewhere in Central Africa. That's all we're told. No names, no paperwork, no village records, just a conveniently vague backstory. From the very beginning, Oliver was different. He didn't just walk upright on occasion the way chimps sometimes do. He walked on two legs all the time, and it wasn't clumsy. It wasn't a trick. His stride was smooth, balanced, deliberate. Observers said he walked more naturally than a man in a gorilla suit. Some thought he was a random mutation. Others wondered if he was the product of something else, something created. The Bergers soon realized they had something extraordinary. Oliver refused the company of other chimps. He preferred humans. He sat at their dinner table, learned to use utensils, even poured himself a nightly glass of brandy. But then came the most disturbing claim of all. Oliver allegedly developed an attraction to Janet Berger. The experts scoffed. A misinterpretation of animal behavior, they said. But the Bergers were unsettled enough that in 1976 they sold him. Were these quirks he picked up from living with humans? Or were they instincts? Signals of something buried deep in his DNA. After the Bergers, Oliver passed from hand to hand. First, an entertainment lawyer named Michael Miller. Then exotic animal trainers, and eventually, research facilities. And then, Oliver disappeared. He ended up at the Buckshire Corporation in Pennsylvania, a lab known for animal testing. For 10 years, Oliver, the ape who walked like a man, sat in a cage. Was this for his safety, or was it to keep him hidden away from cameras, while someone asked the real questions in secret? The whispers of the Humanzee theory only grew louder. It wasn't just tabloids anymore. A respected psychologist, Dr. Gordon Gallup, entered the story. Gallup, famous for the mirror test of self-recognition, openly speculated that Oliver could be a hybrid. This wasn't just a wild rumor. It was a direct challenge to biology itself. And Oliver's appearance only fueled it. A flatter, more human-like face, a smaller jawline, larger, more expressive eyes, less hair than typical chimps, smooth skin, a strange, distinct odor unlike any other ape. Those who met him swore there was something human in his gaze, like he wasn't just looking at you, he was looking into you. By 1996, public pressure forced the scientific establishment to act. Oliver's DNA was tested at the University of Chicago. The results were presented with certainty. 48 chromosomes, 100% chimpanzee. The media declared victory. Case closed. But was it really? Dr. Gallup, once the loudest advocate of the hybrid theory, suddenly accepted the results and went silent. Did he truly change his mind? Or was he pressured to fall in line? And let's not forget, this was the mid-90s. DNA sequencing was crude compared to today. Were the samples even Oliver's? Or could they have been switched? Some believe Oliver wasn't an accident. He was a prototype. Imagine a creature with human intelligence, ape strength, and obedience. A perfect worker or soldier. If you'd created such a being, would you ever admit it, or would you bury it? Hide it in a lab and label it just another chimp? And remember Buckshire, the lab where Oliver spent a decade? It wasn't a zoo. It was a contract research facility. So who was paying for the research, and what were they really testing? even if you strip away the conspiracy theories. Oliver remains a mystery. His face, his build, his mannerisms, and they didn't fit the chimpanzees we know. Those who saw him in person described the same thing, a presence, a person in an ape's body, and maybe that was the most dangerous truth of all. After decades of speculation, Oliver was finally retired to primarily primates, a sanctuary in Texas. There, he formed a bond with another chimp named Allison. For the first time in his life, Oliver found peace. He died in 2012 at the age of 55. The official record tells us he was nothing more than an unusual chimp, case closed. But the questions never went away. So what was Oliver? A 1 in a billion mutation? Or proof of a line science quietly crossed and then erased? The official story says one thing, but Oliver's gaze says another. And maybe the real question isn't what Oliver was, it's what they're still not telling us.